Hello and welcome back to another Schlib on Switch unboxing video. Before we get started, let me tell you about a little series called The Legend of Heroes. This series is one that took over my life before I even knew what was happening to me. But yeah, this series is one of the greatest series to ever exist. And that was not supposed to happen. Anyways, trails. And it all accumulates with trails into Reverie for the hybrid system. Besides, for all these games, we got collector editions, Japanese collector editions, fake cases with some awesome artwork, and more collector editions. But yeah, this game is seriously one of the greatest things to ever exist, and we will get back into that more in a minute. I'm crazy, okay? Alright, sorry for that disaster. Anyways, we are back with Trails into Reverie for Hybrid System. This is the Collector Edition from NAS America. Now, The Legend of Heroes Trails is my favorite franchise. I started it a few years ago, a little bit out of order, and it changed my life. And I've, never experienced a video game series as amazing as this. The series started off on PC and PSP in America with The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky by Neon Falcom. This entry was a spin-off of a continuation of the Legend of Heroes series, which this started a new story in a new universe that just became this amazing trilogy of Trails in the Sky, FC, first chapter, second chapter, and the third. Now, there was never a English physical for second chapter or the third only being officially available in English on Steam, and Sky second chapter being on digitally on PSP and Steam, and the first chapter on Steam and PSP and physical. Now, this trilogy is an absolutely mind-blowingly amazing trilogy. Then the universe expanded with Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure. This is the second chapter in the Trails series, following the Sky trilogy. So the Trails series, I should have started, is all set in a continent called Zumeria. In Zumeria, there are a couple different countries, and all these countries are having, political unrest within their own country with neighboring countries, and there is a weird, mysterious organization in the background, messing things up. So each story arc follows a different cast of characters in a different one of the countries, but they are all connected. All these games 1 through 10, are all within like a 5-year span, and the characters from one always show up in the next ones as, cameos, minor characters, continuing plot lines. So there are plot lines that start all the way in Trails in the Sky that, continue all the way up to Trails into Reverie and into the future. So the Trails in the Sky is set in the Liberal Kingdom, so it could be known as the Liberal Arc. The Crossbell duology, Zero and Azure, follow our team in Crossbell, which is a state. And these games originally came out on the PSP, and were never officially translated into English until very recently, which is really awesome. These are available in a lot of places. And then we have Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2, which I like to think of as one story. These are set in the Kingdom of Erebonia. The Erebonian Empire, not the Kingdom. That is my mistake. The Erebonian Empire, which follows the story of Class 7. And we have Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4, which is kind of another story. Now, Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4 is both a follow-up to Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2, and Trails from Zero to Azure. Trails from Zero to Azure and Cold Steel 1 and 2 happen pretty much simultaneously in the timeline. I would put it more like this, if we wanted to, timeline it out where it happens. But yeah, these are all very important. And Trails of Cold Steel 4 kind of really finishes up the story that really started at Trails into the Sky. It really goes all the way there. But then we have Trails into Reverie, which serves as an epilogue to all of these games. And it also serves as a bridge to the future of Cold Steel. Trails, the Trails series. So here on the front we have this mysterious woman who, I will not say who it is because, you should kind of, figure that out on your own. And we have this beautiful box, and on the box we have this artwork which showcases our, main crew. So this game follows 3 different storylines that happen simultaneously that you consistently bounce between. And with our 3 main protagonists, Irene Schwarzer, who is the protagonist of the Cold Steel arc, we have the mysterious C, who teams up with these characters on the top and the bottom. And we have Lloyd Bannings, who's the protagonist of the Crossbell arc, Zero and Azure. Now, the protagonists from the Laboral arc, Estelle and Joshua, do show up in this game, but they do not have their own story arc. Give me 1 minute. Alright, I am back to continue this video. I just paused it, so, I said wait a minute, but really a couple seconds. Anyways, let's open up this collector edition and check out everything that comes inside. Like this purple design inside. So the first thing that we have, so here we have an acrylic stand for the game with that artwork on the front. And wow, this looks way better in person than I was expecting. So it might be hard to see on camera, but the main characters are the C route. So C, Nadia, Swin, and Lapis are, look closer up than the, back with Irene and Lloyd. And then we have the stands to screw in, which I will pause the video to do. So here we have our acrylic standee with the legs attached. This is really, really cool. And here we have this little paper. The end and the beginning are acrylic print. Next up, we have Legends of Zumeria, a nice and thick art book. And warning, this contains spoilers, so it shows us our characters from our different groups. And some illustrations. I'm just going to flip through this really quickly. I'm going to have a blast reading through this when I'm finished the game. The next up is actually something I was really excited for. I thought it was going to be hardcover, but it's a soft cover, 3 and 9 A Trail's Tale, which is a nice little novel. This is really cute. Now, one thing with the Trails games is it's like a slipcover. As you play through the Trails games, each game has these collectible chapters of a novel you can find, which read, as a cute little novel in the game. Not really too much thought put into it when you're reading it. But when you play later games, you find out that these little cute novels are actually very important and foreshadowing and character development. Now, 3 and 9 was a novel that initially appeared in Trails of Cold Steel 4, which feature the main characters of this game, Nadia and Swin. This novel out of all of them is the most upfront with how important it is. But all novels are worth reading, and also this is the quickest payoff for a novel. Next up, we have this gorgeous steelbook. Oh my god. Steelbook is gorgeous. I'm sorry. I'm freaking out. This is absolutely stunning, stunning steelbook. This artwork is everywhere, but looks so fucking good. And inside we have the Crossbell team artwork. I like it. Or most of the Crossbell team. That is a gorgeous steelbook. Next up, we have the Legend of Heroes Trails into Reverie soundtrack. Trails music is always incredible. Falcom Sound Team JDK just puts on amazing tunes every single time. And there are music that just gets me whenever I hear it. Some tracks are just impeccable that I cannot get out of my head. And this is a steelbook, a CD of some of the tracks that are included in this game. Songs of Reverie. This artwork actually is part of the Trails into Reverie artwork. I've had this general picture on my phone as my phone lock screen for a long time. Not like this it's a little bit different, the image, but it's basically this one. I mean, the difference is like the background is just all white, but it's, with all these characters in this, pose. That's been my lock screen for a few years now on my phone. I just love anything Trails. And last but not least, we have the game. Now, this is the retail version of the game, which is, labeled Deluxe Edition, but this is what you're going to get at retail. Now, this Collector Edition took way too long to show up, so I actually already picked up the game. I bought a standard copy already, and I'm not going to open this one up. But yeah, anyways, here we have the front, spine, and the back. Where one trail ends, another begins. 3 different legends are about to unfold. Determine the fates of Reen Schwarzer, Lloyd Bannings, and the Mysterious Sea in this climactic chapter of the Legend of Heroes series. Now, if you haven't played the series, this is not the greatest place to start. When you start up the game, it gives you a, summary of the previous games. So here's a better look at that artwork that I have as the background of my phone. But unless you're starting from the beginning, which is honestly the best place to start, some nice reversible artwork. Start at the beginning of one of the arcs. Start at the beginning of Cold Steel. Start at the beginning of Zero. But just keep in mind that you won't understand everything, and you should look up some stuff. Some characters and storylines. But the beginning of the arcs are the best place to jump in. If you haven't. But honestly, just play a Trails game. Pick up a Trails game and play a Trails game. Now, yes, this is the standard game, and since I usually pop this up, I'm going to show on my Switch. We have the icon for the game, and there was an update, so it's now at version 1.0.2, and I don't actually think I might not have redeemed points for this yet. Let me check. I don't think I actually redeemed points yet. Yeah, we get 60 points for this. Now, we have a lot more to show off in this video, so don't go anywhere just yet. I love collecting Trail stuff, so I'm going to link in the video description, but I already picked up this beautiful collector edition for the Japanese version of the game on PS4, Hajimari no Kiseki. I have an unboxing video for this, but this collector edition is stunning. Stunning, and we have the PS4 copy of this game. I don't have a PS4 and I don't speak Japanese, but yeah. I also picked up these pretty cool bonus artwork prints. So we got the that artwork we've seen a lot of. I put in an Xbox case, which Crossfates. We have the Class 7 artwork and Round of 7, and we have our Crossbell artwork. The day of our re-independence. I also picked up this really nice Japanese pre-order steelbook. So we got the Seas Route, the Miserable Sinners on the front, and we have the Class 7 artwork on the back. And we got that mysterious woman on the back over there, inside. Now, let me move some stuff around. Now, NAS America also had, you could order this collector edition with some really cool and large plushies of our 3 main characters from this game. So we have Lloyd Bannings. It's a really nice plush of Lloyd. It's huge. This actually says Trails into Reverie. I'm actually curious because they did have this plush being sold when they sold Trails from Zero. I wonder if they just changed the tag for like a reprint. I don't think there's anything different. But I want to compare it with the plush that came with Trails of Cold 3 Collector Edition of the mascot in the series, Mishi. The sizes, it's a little bit bigger than Mishi. So we got Lloyd Bannings. Then we also got one for Reen Schwarzer. It's a cute little plush. I'm gonna, rearrange my entire bookshelf just for the, just to display all this stuff. my trail stuff. I showed a lot of trail stuff in this video, but I just showed my games. I have way too much posters and figurines and acrylics. I can't stop collecting for this series. Sorry. And we have one more plush, which comes in a yellow bag. And we have the mysterious and enigmatic C, who's comes with a hood on, because we don't want to know who C is. But if you do want to know who C is, you could take off the hood. I'm not going to take it off on video, but it has these cute little clips that you can take off the hood if you want to see, or if you already know who the mysterious C is. But yeah, this has been fun doing a Trails into Reverie unboxing. I, already, about 12, 15 hours into the game, and I am hooked. This Trails series is my favorite. I also, today actually, got a Steam Deck, and obviously I had to download Trails in the Sky, which is the first game in this series, and Kuro no Kiseki back, which is the next game in the series. Kuro no Kiseki and Kuro no Kiseki 2 Crimson Sin are already out in Japan, but they are not released in English yet, because it takes a while, but there is a fan patch to play Kuro no Kiseki in English. So after I finally finished Trails into Reverie, I picked up Kuro no Kiseki on the Steam sale to already have it ready to play. And then there's no fan patch out for Crimson Sin, but I will definitely be playing this. I played Zero and Azure initially with fan patches and loved replaying them with the official English releases. So yeah, this has been Trails into Reverie. Let me know what you think of this series, this game. Which game, if you've played this series, which ones have you played if you're not playing all of them, if you haven't played all of them yet? And let me know who your favorite character in the series. There are hundreds of characters in this. Trails into Reverie alone has 53 playable characters, I believe. And that's not even all the playable characters that the series has to offer. It is just an incredible, incredible series, and I cannot wait for the future of this series. And I cannot recommend getting into the series enough. Don't let the amount of games scare you away. Just pick one up and play it. Whether it takes you 1 year, 5 years, 10 years to get through the series, it's worth it. Just play anything from the series. I love it. It's the best story I've ever experienced, period. And I just can't, get enough of it. Anyways, hope you have a great day, and thank you for watching this video. As always, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share, etc. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.